Broadcasting live from an Airstream somewhere in Tornado Alley, bringing you the people, places, and stories from the Panhandle to the Red River. This is your Only in Oklahoma show.
And welcome to the show. Today we're discussing a fall festival must in Watonga, Oklahoma. And later in the show, I don't know if you knew this or not, but Donald Duck is an Okie. I'm Brett.
And I am Harley.
Did that come across? No?
Yeah, I'm sure that came across.
If I could do any impression, any voice, it would be, I think I would sell my soul to do Donald Duck instead of, doing Bane impressions and Optimus Prime impressions into a Yeti cup. Gosh, I want to do Donald Duck. It's so hard because you got to go, you know what I mean? Try it.
I can't. I can't do any of the noises.
I can make noises. I can do Donald Duck mad, but I can't do the voice. I don't know if it's because I have not enough teeth or too many teeth, or I don't know what's going on.
Too many teeth. And we'll get to Donald Duck later on in the show.
Yeah.
Dude, we're going to have to start doing more than one show a week.
I think so.
We literally have too much stuff to talk about.
There's a lot.
So I feel like, yeah, we're going to have to...
Are you announcing something?
Maybe I'm pre-announcing. Is that a thing?
Because this... Normally I play along. It's theater. I'm like, yeah, I totally agree, Harley. I agree with you 100%. In the back of my going, this is news. You were hearing it first. I'm hearing it first.
I just feel like normally we talk about something that at the beginning of the show, we normally chit-chat for a few about some adventure that we've been on that week.
Or an obscure food.
But it seems like we're going so far and so often.
Yes.
That if we just talked about everything that we did this week, it'd be 2 hours long.
Well, and not to mention, I almost feel like for me, over the weekend, I spent basically time on Route 66, most of which was in Veneta, Oklahoma. Literally did Veneta A to Z.
Mm-hmm.
Went to a movie at the Center Theater at Veneta. I almost feel like if I tell you if I give you an abbreviated version of it, I'm robbing you of I'm robbing us of content. It's literally a show.
Same thing. Since last week's show, I've probably been to 25 towns in Oklahoma.
I'm traveling more now than I ever have. I mean, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I'm ready for gas prices to go down. I'm just going to say drill, baby, drill.
Yeah.
I need an oil rig in my yard.
But I will say one thing about my trip. Pound for pound, dollar for dollar, you will not get a better value for delicious food, handmade food, homemade food. Go to the Highway Cafe in Veneta, Oklahoma. It is a must. Their desserts. This is it. I'm just kind of giving you a little bit of a amuse-bouche, just a taste of it. $1.99 for a piece of, and I'm trying to illustrate the best I can, a piece of homemade, fresh coconut cream pie that was 2.5 inches thick by about at the width.
Your hand movements don't translate to an audio show.
They look like I'm trying to channel a spirit from the nether realm. Highway Cafe, go, go, go. And we'll talk about it later.
Yeah, we've got a lot of stuff to talk about. We've got shows. Oh my God, we have so many shows to do.
It's ridiculous.
But we have a show that's a little bit of a flashback to a little rewind episode.
I feel like, when did we do you remember when we started the show?
2019, October 2019.
Which I think was right after COVID. Or right before COVID.
No, right before COVID.
So I'm almost certain in that first month is when we did Watonga Cheese.
It was one of our first 10 episodes for sure.
Absolutely, because I remember you and I spent hours just throwing out mass mailers to people to see if they'd be on the show.
Yeah.
And this is one of the early days right here.
It was, but I do think, especially with COVID happening, there were a couple of years that this didn't happen.
Yeah, they were doing, I think a lot of them, hell, there were festivals that were doing, you drive up and they'd have to hand you your watermelon in a drive-thru. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they just weren't having they'd give you a piece of cheese with tongs kind of stuff.
But this Oklahoma festival, dedicated to cheese, definitely belongs on your festival bucket list.
And your nachos.
And your nachos. But the Watonga Cheese and Wine Festival has been a tradition for 47 years, and people come from all over to attend this thing since 1976.
Now, hang on a second. The math.
The math doesn't work
Math's
because they
not
took a couple of days,
That's
couple
right.
of years off.
That's right. I'm 47. I'm as old as this festival.
You are.
But I don't age like cheese does. You know what I mean? I haven't gotten better with age. I'm not as Gouda as I used to be. Okay. See?
Yeah, but dude, this is a small town festival. I mean, we love Oklahoma small town festivals.
That's our jam.
But this one is different.
It's unique.
It's very unique.
We say that about a lot of stuff.
We do, but this one really is different because there aren't a lot of cheese-oriented activities anywhere.
No.
Outside of maybe Wisconsin.
The cheese, like a cheeseburger festival. Or a cheese, I don't know. I can't think of anything. Cheesecake Fest? Do we have one of those? I don't know. You're right, though. This isn't uniquely Oklahoma as it gets.
It was originally started to celebrate their namesake, Watonga Cheese. Yep. And ended up being a pretty cool deal for the whole damn state.
Now, I drove up through Watonga in the last couple of weeks when I went up to Fairview. Shout out to Millie Coffee and the community of Fairview. I love Watonga. What a quaint. I know it's hard how do you avoid the tropes of describing.
It's a small town.
It's a small town. It's exactly.
But they have a lot of pride, and that's one of the things that you and I appreciate about, I mean, the towns that we talk about more frequently, you can look and see there's a pride level, a community pride level that's almost mind-boggling.
And not a lot of towns are like that, and there are a few that on the way to and through Watonga have literally about to fall into a crater in the earth. So, I mean, the fact that they've managed to sustain a festival for 47 years and bring people from all around, I mean, it speaks volumes.
Legitimately, when I say all around, I mean all around.
Mm-hmm.
Do not be shocked if you roll up to the Watonga Cheese Festival. Do not be shocked if you run into people that do not speak English.
Yes.
That are here from Japan or Germany. Like, this is 100%, this is a thing that people travel abroad for.
Oh, yeah. And I think people take Oklahoma for granted, but this place is huge. Oklahoma is huge to international travel.
It really is. The interesting thing about this festival, though, it was based around their cheese factory in Watonga, which closed in 2007, but the festival is stronger than ever.
Yep. Now, there used to be a place I don't know if it's still there, and I don't want to speak on it too much, but Northwest 39th, I always thought it was interesting, 39th and about 2 blocks east of Meridian, they had a Watonga cheese factory place where you could go get cheese. I don't know if you still can, but that's how popular the cheese is or was from Watonga.
Yeah. And, you know, wine and cheese is at the heart of this festival, but really that's not all. You've got musical performances. I mean, like classical bands to like contemporary bands. They've got their famous rat race that happens every year. They've got their 5K, 10K, and the 5K is one of Oklahoma's oldest 5Ks. They've been doing this for a long time.
It's an aged race. Finally. But here's the thing about it. You know, I recently kind of witnessed the tail end of a 5K, 10K walkathon at Rush Springs. And they give you bananas and watermelon at the end. What do you get cheese curds at the end of the race?
I mean, I don't know if that would be a good post 10K run.
Something tells me no.
But honestly, I've not run 10K, at least not in the last 10 decades.
I don't know what even. Can you tell me what 10K means?
Isn't that 6 miles?
Feels like it. And I'm sure it will feel like it. Hell, the 5K feels like 6 miles, probably.
They also have something that I've never heard of before as an event. They have something they call the Race the Rail.
Oh, okay.
A 32-mile bicycle race where the participants are racing against a railroad locomotive.
That's cool. Again, I don't know how much more unique you can get.
we have gotten exceptionally good at coming up with really unique activities, and some of them are historical, but some of them
are hysterical.
Are that too? But some of them are just ingenious.
Yeah,
like
for sure.
I would have never thought, hey, let's have a race against a train.
Yeah. How about we design a race that I can actually win? How about that? How about a 1K? Can we do a 1K race? Can we do a speed walking event?
How about a leisurely stroll?
How about chase the cheese? How about that?
I like if we could have an event where it's like who can walk casually through an antique store and look at all the prices,
Not knock anything off the shelf.
Yeah, that'd be an event I could participate in.
The break it, don't buy it, 2K.
Yeah, don't break it or you buy it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I like that better.
Now, cheese is the star of the show, so you're definitely going to find some cheese creations.
Oh yeah,
from a lot of talented participants.
Mm-hmm.
Something that I think is relatively new. And I think it's just in general relatively new, while also being really old.
Yeah.
Artisan cheeses. So you have local cheesemakers that make cheese for the community, but also for this event, to be judged in this event.
Artisan cheeses, and this isn't a shot, artisan cheese is the IPA of IGA. You know what I mean? It's like, to me, it's like the cheese that it's very delicate when you're describing the notes. There's a little bit of a cheese whiz flavor on the back end. You know what I mean? I think if you were staying at somebody's house or house sitting for someone, and you're like, I'm going to make some nachos.
It seems like a weird thing in general.
No, the point I'm making is, if I'm the guy that has the artisan cheeses and I've got a freaking 20-year-old dude, it's like, I want to make some nachos, I'm pissed if he graded my artisan cheese.
Let's be real about cheese. It seems like if you're saying, we're having a festival about cheese, that on its face seems kind of weird, but if you think about some of your favorite comfort foods,
cheese is in there.
Mac and cheese, nachos.
You're going to say grilled cheese?
Grilled cheese.
Yeah.
You can disparage it if you want, but I don't see anything wrong with a plain Jane grilled cheese. But if I'm making a grilled cheese, I'm going to elevate it. I'm going to use some good sourdough bread, some pepper jack, some provolone. I'm not going with the Velveeta or Kraft slices.
I'm going to draw some serious hate.
Let's hear it.
I don't like it.
Really?
I don't like ooey gooey. I'm not big on the ooey gooey. And I've literally I think I've probably alienated 92% of our audience if they've made it this far.
You do realize you do most of the TikTok videos.
Yeah.
And they're mostly about food.
Yeah.
And 97% of all of those videos have a cheese pull in them.
Well, yeah, but it's not.
But you don't like ooey gooey?
I don't like the primary ooey gooey cheese pull to be just cheese. I need some pepperoni in there, maybe.
Oh my god!
On a cheeseburger. I don't know why. I just don't like it. I don't like it.
I'm at a loss for words. I feel like the show has reached. Like we jumped the shark.
When my middle child Carson gets older and you realize how much of his palate's like mine, you're going to disown him. Like, he doesn't like ooey gooey. He doesn't like messy. Like, I sped through those wings earlier because they were delicious and I was starving to death. But as a general rule, I don't like to get messy. It's good for the gram, but I don't like it. But yeah, grilled cheese, there's not really a grilled cheese that I'm...
Nachos,
I can get down with some nachos, a plate of nachos. Just straight up cheese and chips, white trash, nacho dash, let's go. I'm all about it.
You scare me when you say things like, when you reference food and you say things like white trash. Because when you said that, what I was thinking is like saltine crackers.
I've done that. With sliced cheese?
Yeah, heated up in the microwave.
Yes, I've done it. And not even the good kind of cheese, the plastic shit. Dude,
the government cheese.
Listen, necessity is the mother of invention. Don't sit here and tell me you haven't put butter on crackers and ate that stuff.
I 100% have, and I would not do it today.
Not even just as a humble pie, slice of humble pie, really?
No. I don't want any government cheese. I don't think that government cheese should be part of the Watonga Cheese Festival.
Now, I will eat a cheese curd. Cheese curds are good because I had them when I was in Iowa, which they were fantastic. I will eat a cheese curd. I will eat cheese fries. Hell, I'll eat a piece of cheese. I'll take a chunk off a block of cheese and eat it. But when it's I'm just particular about how it melts.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So, another thing that they do every year, their parade, which is just all things Watonga, is quite the show.
Uh-huh.
But they have vendors vendors line the streets.
Oh, yeah. It's a big deal.
A huge range of products, handmade crafts, home decor, locally produced food items, unique gifts.
Yeah.
So you're going to find all of that stuff there. And then they also take over the Armory building downtown. So inside, you've got vendors, you've got food. So even if it's the weather's a little off or something like that.
There's refuge.
There's refuge.
Yeah.
They have Native American dancers and art contests. So there's really something for everybody. Admission and parking are free.
Mm-hmm.
It's coming up Friday, October 11th and Saturday, October 12th, right there on Main Street in Watonga.
I will say this. I feel like when and no shade here, I feel like when festivals kick off on a Friday, the only people who are showing up on Friday are the people who are retired.
I think they really kind of start in the afternoon on Friday,
right? Which
makes sense to me. But if you want more information, if you want to find out if they've got saltines and craft slices, you can check them out on Facebook at Watonga Cheese Festival.
Well, coming up after the break, Donald Duck noises.
Today's sponsor is Thinkability Incorporated. This is a private, not-for-profit agency that promotes independent living skills by providing community support for people of all ages with developmental disabilities. It was established in Duncan in 1982 with one group home. Today, though, they have 2 group homes, a 12-unit semi-independent apartment complex, a 20-unit modern apartment complex, and several other properties serving Duncan. You and I were out at the Thinkability Community Garden in Duncan. Yep. So they have a lot going there. They do so much for Duncan and the surrounding area. Mm-hmm. One of the things they do is this community garden, which you and I have a video.
Yeah, it's coming.
That's coming out.
Mm-hmm.
I was at a loss for words.
Yeah.
So they do an outdoor farmers market in the summertime. Yep. That just recently ended. But the indoor's still there. The community garden is still there. And even the community garden, it's to provide an opportunity for the people they serve to encourage their development of their own interest, education, and skills in gardening and nutrition. But it serves another function to promote the different types of gardening methods, plant varieties, and techniques with the community.
Yeah, it's a great program.
We've got the video coming up about them, but they do great work in Duncan. If you are interested in helping, they could always use the support. But they've got so many things happening there. This is just the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah, more to come from them.
Yeah, the community garden is literally just the tip of the iceberg. They've got 1,000 other things going on in and around the area. But if you want to help or you want more information, check out their website, thinkabilityfirst.com. I think one of your heroes
is it's always going to be
it's almost always going to be a voice actor.
Almost always.
Clarence Nash, the gentleman that provided the voice of Walt Disney's cartoon character Donald Duck, was born in Watonga, Oklahoma.
I feel like I knew that, but the other side of he gets my respect too because a lot of the early voice actors got their start in radio.
So did he.
So he automatically gets all my respect. If I could do one single, I would trade any half-assed impression that I do to do a Donald Duck. You would probably see me speaking like Donald Duck. If I could have done it right there, that translates to 98% of the time. That's what that would translate to.
I honestly had no idea. Like, I'm not a huge Disney fan.
Okay.
Fair. Of late, I'm kind of an anti-Disney fan.
I understand.
But I liked early Disney.
Uh-huh.
I like Donald Duck, American voice actor, born in 1904, passed away in 1985. They have a street in Watonga named after him, but he really made a name for himself starting in the 20s as an impressionist for KHJ, a Los Angeles radio station.
Well, think about it. Back then, that's where that was your entertainment. Periodicals on the radio. It was radio theater.
Yeah.
So you had to be kind of you were an actor. You were not a jockey, but you were a radio actor. So it makes perfect sense.
Yeah, you had to put on a show because you were the only show in town.
You were the only show in town.
But he voiced Donald Duck for 51 years in over 120 films and shorts.
I love it. I just absolutely love it. It's cool that he's from Oklahoma. But I feel like honestly, I feel like we could do a show on notable Oklahomans that don't always make the list, because there's your top 10, and then we've talked about the ones that were born at Mercy and then they moved to Maryland a month later, and all of a sudden they're an Okie.
Yeah.
But I think we could do a show on notable Okies that you'd go, really? They're from here?
Yeah.
I mean,
I think this makes the list. Honestly,
makes the list.
Even if you know it, even if you read it in history class, like
51 years, dude. He's the only voice a lot of us knew, and I had no idea he was from Oklahoma. And if you did know, big ups to you. There's probably people out there going,
I live on the street named after him, dummy. I know.
They're probably going, cussing us a blue streak in Donald Duck's voice, but I had no idea.
The last time he played Donald Duck for a movie or a short, 1983's Mickey's Christmas Carol.
Okay, my favorite. You know me. I don't have a leather-bound book collection. I'm not a big reader. My favorite stories were written by Charles Dickens.
Mm-hmm.
Great Expectations was number one. My favorite. A Christmas Carol, Oliver Twist, maybe David Copperfield. I feel like David Copperfield may have been. Anyway, favorite movies of all time? A Christmas Carol. Yeah. The original from 1930.
Yeah.
George C. Scott.
Mm-hmm.
But this one, it's a horror movie. I'm sorry. I don't care who you are. It's a horror movie. But Mickey's Christmas Carol is a must-watch for me every year.
Yeah, I have a stack of movies that are must-watch at Christmas time. And
what a great movie. What a cautionary tale.
Yeah. It's a great movie.
It's a great movie.
And again, a huge fan of Nash, and I just think it's neat. I think we need to call this stuff out and remember the history of the great people from Oklahoma.
This is so cool, man. When you said I really like the second half of the show. Dude, I eat this stuff up. I literally walk around talking in voices. Like if I could do it for a living, I would. I love you to death, Harley, but I'd love to be out there going, "Hey kids," and you're like, "Remember me?" I'm like, "No, I don't. I'm a big time voice actor now. How can I? You want me to sign something for you, sir?" Remember we did a podcast together? Gosh, I sure forgot about it. That's what I would do. So yeah, this is my bag, dude. This is so cool. I love the second half of this show.
Awesome. Well, we have some feedback. Some people that love what we've been doing.
Admire
my
dulcet tones.
Yeah. And your ridiculously good voices.
And my high A1C.
But we do have a listener that reached out that said there is a place that we need to try. So Travis Griffin on Facebook said we absolutely have to try Danky Burgers in Midwest City.
Travis, yes. There's a bunch of people trying to put us onto that place.
Uh-huh. He says it's under new management, but it is absolutely the bomb every time.
This burger is far out, man. Danky Burger, we're coming for you.
Absolutely.
Danky Burger. I can't wait. Sorry.
Well, if you have feedback for us, you want to tell us where we need to be, or tell us we're wrong, we're
never wrong.
I mean,
listen,
from our perspective,
if I heard a great quote once. If it's your opinion, you're never wrong.
That's why we only give opinions. We don't give facts.
Absolutely. If you're coming here for facts, you're in the wrong place. If you're coming here for fats, FATS, you've hit the mother load. We're all about those saturated fats.
That's not 100%. That's not 100% true.
Okay, every episode is gluten free. I mean,
we cover a lot of things that are good for you and good for the state of Oklahoma. We just also cover a lot of things with cheese.
Eat real bread. Eat real bread. Bread has 3 ingredients. Bread has 3 ingredients. No, but listen, if you want to join the revolution, the tour day OnlyinOKShow, it's simple. Email us.
Yeah. Let us know. OnlyinOKShow@gmail.com.
Look, can I cut in there real quick?
You can.
With the fair being in town, we're in the full swing of the fair. Do not forget, right now, while you're buying a $80 caramel apple with gold flakes sprinkled on it and walnuts, that there is a small business out there that's waiting for someone to show up.
So that's kind of what we're all about.
Find a small business, support a small business. In fact, if a small business has a booth at the fair, which a lot of them do, I know you guys are thinking they're making money hand over fist out there selling hot sauce. They're not.
Yeah, definitely not. It costs them more to be there than
it does.
It's all about networking and spreading the gospel, so to speak.
Quit buying the super squeegee. You know it's rigged. The game is rigged. You can't squeegee dog hair off the floor. Quit buying those. The super soaker mop bucket. Don't buy it. But go buy that mom and pop jelly. You know what I mean?
I agree with that 100%.
Listen, it's been the Only in OK show. I'm tired of telling you guys how to find us.
New shows every week.
Every week.
Which may be going up.
Again, this is news to me.
Every other day.
I don't know.
We don't know yet.
We don't know anything. Oh, we do now.
But follow us so you will be one of the first to know.
You got to stay. This is we're the MCU of podcasting. If you're not staying to the end,
you missed it all.
You didn't see Thanos right off on a unicorn with Deadpool.
Well, this has been the Only in OK show. I am Harley.
And I'm Brett.
And we're out of here.
Peace. Coming up next on the Harley Show, he's going to talk about Magic 104.1 has a thing that they do in partnership with News 9 called, what is it? A friend of mine. Where in the States?
Yeah.
This week's hidden gem is mud bugging. Awesome, Chef Rachel. Found the big, easy write-off route and added. We'll eat lunch, supper, plus appetizers. I'm going to say it. I'm going to say something that's controversial. We are one of the first. Because when she sent that to me, I go, we did it first. Are we the first? Now, granted, we don't have News 9 throwing us, gas money.
I'm willing to bet that's a paid spot.
Oh, yeah. There's some payola going on, for sure. But this ain't a new concept, everybody. I might say that Discover Oklahoma TV show did it first. I would say Galen Coburn, Is This a Great State or What? Kind of highlighting, antique trains and antique people in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
But in terms of a well-rounded tour de Oklahoma, there's nobody's been there.
Nobody was doing it.
No, we're trailblazers in the Oklahoma Tourism Department in this realm of media.
Oh yeah. Is This a Great State or What?
Inspired us to a degree.
Yeah. But it was almost just like, we did this thing.
It's a puff piece.
It was. But it wasn't consistent enough that it gave you ideas.
No.
It was just like...
If you watched it.
Right.
It was cool to watch because it wasn't the sports, it wasn't the weather. It gave you a little bit of a cool history lesson. And I like Galen Comer. He's a great filmographer, videographer. I mean, videographer, not filmographer. But I like his voice. But I also like Dino Lawley's voice. And 3, 2, 1. And welcome to... I was pointing to the parking lot. I wasn't going for the third row. I was going to the frickin' San Francisco Bay.
You didn't make it.
I didn't get a chance.
Not really.
Can you imagine Tiger Woods lining up for a putt? And the guy that never watches golf.
And his caddy goes,
no. The guy that's in the audience that won free tickets to the Masters is like, what's he about to do? Shh. And you're like, and he blows you blow the shot for Tiger Woods. That's what you do. Can
you have a mulligan?
May I proceed? Go. Let's go.
Autobots.
Autobots, transform and roll out.
See, there's like 2 minutes of me doing a Bane model.
Next week, spooky time. Let's go. Okay, go.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Yeah, that's not going to come through.
Yeah, it will. I'll bet. I'll bet money. It will. I'll bet money. 3, 2, 1. And welcome to the show. Today we're discussing a fall festival must. Gosh, how do you cut the cheese? All right, ready? 3, 2, 1. And welcome to the show today. I'm never going to stop saying it. 3, 2, and welcome to the show today. We're discussing a fall festival must in Watonga. You know what? If we hadn't stopped and you had a false alarm with your tea. 3, 2, 1. And welcome to the show today.
3,
2, 1.